Hi everyone, I'm Huub Hildenbrand. Thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we have lesson 2 of Turkish classical music and the microtones. And so let's get right into the endless ocean of music. So this is lesson 2 of the Turkish classical music, and lesson 1 was really about explaining the perfect fifth, the pure perfect fifth and the perfect fifth of the equal temperament we use in Western music, the 12-tone equal temperament. And now we are really going into this microtonal world. So this will be a lot of fun and will be exciting, I think, for most of us. I hope so. For this lesson there is a PDF file you should download. There's a link down in the description and there you can download this PDF on guitar-academia.com. This is also the homepage for the YouTube channel. And we will refer to this PDF quite a lot in this lesson. So, now, why did I tell you all this stuff about perfect fifth and these two versions of the Western perfect fifth tuning and the pure or just intonation perfect fifth? There's just a little difference of almost 2 cents, which is almost nothing, so to speak. Remember, 100 cent is a half step. The reason is the Turkish tonal system of 53 notes dividing equally the octave. This system is also made of this basic building block of the perfect fifth. The pure harmonic perfect fifth. Mainly the tonal system of the Turkish music is we are going down 12 pure perfect fifth, for example from C, and we are going up 11 pure perfect fifth from C. And by doing that we come to a total of 24 different notes, and with these 24 different notes we are able to play the whole repertoire of the Turkish classical music. So you may wonder, why 24? The thing is, these 24 notes are not dividing the octave equally. Like there is a kind of an older Arabic tonal system which consists of 24 notes dividing really the octave into 24 equally spaced distances. Quarter tones. This is about quarter tones. In Turkish music you don't have quarter tones. They don't exist in Turkish classical music. But you have commas. A comma is almost 24 cent. And this ratio, this almost 24 cent, this is a building block, or this is the smallest distance we have in Turkish music. And if we stack up 53 of them, we have the 53 equal temperament, and that is, so to speak, the basis of Turkish classical music. Okay, I think a lot of you are very confused now, but stay tuned and don't leave, because I'm explaining this, and I think it will be very, very clear. If we are stacking up 53 perfect fifths, and I mean pure perfect fifth from the harmonic series, and remember, these perfect fifths are a bit bigger than the perfect fifth we have in our 12-tone equal temperament. So if we go 12 perfect fifths, pure perfect fifths, we reach a note which is a bit higher than the note we started. It's about 24 cents higher. And in this Turkish music, in this Turkish classical music tonal system, we don't make all these tones equal, that we reach the same note, no distance between 12 stacked up fifths and the starting point. No, we go just on. So after 12 perfect pure fifths, we reach a note which is higher than the starting point. Then we go another cycle. So we have 24 pure perfect fifths, and we are even more higher than the starting tone. And if we are continuing this process of pure perfect fifth after 53 perfect fifth, pure perfect fifth, we almost exactly are hitting the starting tone. Of course, just many octaves higher, but we are always we transpose these tones, of course, always back into one octave. 53 perfect pure fifth, and this comes down to the starting note. And if we put them, all these notes we reached by doing this into one octave, from C to the next higher C, we are dividing this space, this distance, into 53 equal parts. And that is a 53 equal temperament, the basis of Turkish classical music. Now, of course, in reality, life is a bit more complicated, but we don't care about that so much. But I have to mention that if we are doing these 53 perfect pure fifths, we do not reach exactly to the starting point. This pitch differs of 3.6 cents. But that's very little, actually. Very little. So in a way, we almost do any artificial thing there. We just stick to our perfect, pure, perfect fifth. Remember, from our harmonic series, it's a law of nature, you can say. We just stick to this, and this perfect fifth always gives us a new tone, and then the whole cycle almost closes. That's the whole tonal system. There it's coming from. I mean, this is the basis. Now let's take this PDF file, and let's take this one. Yeah. Let's take this. Let's take this page. On this page, you see on the left all these numbers till 0 to 53. So these numbers, they are really all these notes, all these notes you have in this equal, temperate, 53 tuning. Attached here to these numbers, there are the cent numbers. So you can really compare all these different tones with our 12-tone equal temperament. Because in the 12-tone equal temperament, remember, every half step has 100 cent. So 100 is a half step, 200 is a whole step, 300 is a minor third, 400 is a major third, and so on. Now, important to know is that in Turkish music we don't use all these 53 notes. We don't use all these notes. We just pick out 24 of them. But remember, these are not 24 equally spaced distances. No, we have 53 equally spaced distances, 53. And of these 53 notes, we pick 24, and that is our material. These are our notes where we can play the whole repertoire of Turkish classical music. Actually, there's a harmonium here in Berlin, Germany, in the Museum for Musical Instruments, and they're actually a European builder built this harmonium with exactly that tonal system. So 53 Oettingen, I think is his name. When I had lessons from Nuri Karademirli, we had an excursion to this place, and this was quite interesting because somebody played this harmonium for us, and we could really hear the notes. And it's very interesting that actually a European, I think he's also a composer, but of course a harmonium inventor, that he invented this harmonium to actually tune like difficult, very complex chords, to have a reference for tuning in European music. So you can also, you have the right notes to tune very complicated chords, like Wagner, for example, uses these highly chromatic chords, and to be able to tune them very, very, very good, you can say. Very natural, very right. That's maybe a bit confusing, but you should keep in mind that these two tonal systems of our 12-tone equal temperament and the Turkish classical music system, they're really connected. So, and actually the tonal system of the Turkish classical music is even more also connected to the harmonic series, to the natural and the pure beautiful notes, which you find in the law of nature, the harmonic series. That is very important to keep this in mind. So, how we reach these 24 notes of the Turkish classical music? That's actually very simple. We go down 12 perfect, pure fifth from C, so to speak. On this sheet I gave you on the PDF. We go from C as a reference, as a root. So we go 12 perfect, pure fifths down and 11 pure, perfect fifths up. And this way we reach all the 24 notes. And in a way, it's just in theory that we can go even further with the fifth up and down, that the circle of fifths is really closing after 53 perfect fourths, pure perfect fourths. In musical practice, we do not really have to think so much about it, but it's, for us, It's very important to really understand this system. And also later we use like microtonal thinking and ideas and practicing different tonal systems and enrich our music. And so it's a good idea to really also theoretically to really understand this system. And here we also learn the necessary tools how we deal with these kind of different systems, notes which we don't find on our guitar fretboard. So it's not actually this course here about Turkish classical music is actually just also a course about microtones. I mean, also, of course, we're going quite into depth in this in the Turkish makam music also quite soon. Okay, so let's get out this sheet. The circle almost closes. There's just explain what I just said, but here you find these 12 pure perfect fifths down. So you start from C, you go perfect fifths down, coming to F. Another perfect fifth down, you're coming to B flat, and then to E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, F flat, and then you have a strange kind of accidentals. And these accidentals we will cover later in a later lesson. So don't care about them too much now. It's just, of course, with other notes, other microtones, you need other accidentals to be able to write them, to notate them in just a normal, also musical notation we are using. So we have to be able to notate them. And so the Turkish classical music, they bring a whole concept, a whole system of new symbols, of accidentals. Okay, so we go 12 pure perfect fifths down, and we go 11 pure perfect fifths up. So these are all the notes we need, 24 notes in Turkish classical music. And you see a lot of strange words you're maybe not familiar with, and that's I like this concept very much in Turkish classical music, that every note has a unique name. So you can say, this makam or this scale is starting on Hüseyni, perde. Perde means note, tone. So you start from this tone. It's like giving all the notes of our system. We gave our notes in the 12-tone temperament. We gave we numbered them by alphabet actually. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But and then we took the other the accidental sharp and flat and double sharp to also to name the other notes. So we say A sharp, or we say D double flat, and so on. But these are more intellectual terms, and in Turkish classical music you have really names. You give them names. You say like it's charga, yeah? The C is charga, or the G is rust, or the A is duga, for example, or E is what is E? Hüseyni? Sure. I have to look it up too. Hüseyni Ashiran. Yeah, I don't know all these names, of course, because I don't care about them too much, because I try to I'm working on my own music, and for this music I don't need to name these pitches of the Turkish classical music. And also very important to know is that the Turkish classical music is transposed. So everything in Turkish classical music, you have to transpose a perfect fourth down to match the note. So when a musician from Turkey says, play rust, I mean the note rust perde, it's a G in their notation, but then you have to play a D. So actually the whole system gets it's really getting very confusing if you know, if you also transpose all the names and so on. And also in our practice, if we combine all these different cultures, we want to be able to, that we can really transpose the whole system. You know, I mean, originally, I mean, traditionally, in classical Turkish music, you don't transpose the system. This is like a kind of a fixed system. So every note has a fixed place, and every scale in this concept has a fixed place. We will talk about this later. In the Western music, you can just transpose. You don't think you don't care too much whether a composition is an E and now it's transposed to G. You can say, okay, I just transposed this song a minor third higher, but you can't really do this in Turkish classical music in the same way, because also, as I said, these 24 notes which you use in Turkish classical music, they are the notes which you can play, for example, on the Tanbur. You have frets for them, but you have a lot of, you miss a lot of frets of the equal temperament of the 53 tonal system. So you don't have like every octave 53 frets. This would be like enormous amount of frets, of course. For 2 octaves you have more than 100 frets. That's in the high register. It's also quite hard also to yeah. I mean, it makes no sense, because you just need these 24 pitches, these 24 notes in Turkish classical music. So, but then you cannot really transpose it as easily as you do in Western music. I hope you get it. You got it. Otherwise, please leave comments. Please ask questions if you didn't get something, and maybe I will do another video, or I will just put it on the website or in the video description. Have another explanation or a link where you can check. You get answers for your questions. Okay, so we have names for all these 24 notes, and the names also can differ in the different octaves. So, for example, we have here, like this is a kind of middle register, the middle octave in Turkish music, you can say, and you have the note charga. You see in the first line. You have charga, and then here you have kaba charga. And kaba means octave lower. And tis charga means octave higher. So you can say, don't play charga, play tis charga. This makam is starting there. So it's not C, it's all C. No, you have a differentiation in the names. So all notes of the Turkish classical music, all the notes you need for Turkish classical music, they have a particular name. Okay. Now, you see, this is an equal temperament. All these 53 equally spaced tones, and the first cent number here, 2264, is actually the distance of 1 comma. So this comma is like the distance of the Turkish classical music, as it would be the half step, the smallest distance of the 12-tone equal temperament we use in Western music. So you see all these 53 theoretical 53 tones with a cent here, and then you have addressed to these cent, to these numbers, you have the actual notes you use in Turkish classical music. So there, where you just don't have a name, this note is not used. So you have in the first octave here, you have 24 notes, then you have another 24 notes, and then you have some more notes for the higher octave, even higher octave. Of course, you can also go higher, and it's also possible in a way to transpose the whole system. For example, if you're a singer and you female singer or male singer, so you want to, sometimes maybe you want to adopt to your voice. Actually, I don't know how strict it really is in Turkish classical music. I know in raga music, in Indian music, they, for example, the sa, the basic root of the sitar is very frequently C sharp, whereas on the sarod it's C, and very much like a female voice they use an A as sa, so it's really the whole system is in a way transposable. Okay, what else? You see all these different variations of accidentals here, and we will cover this also in a future lesson. I will quit now, and we will go on with the third lesson of Turkish classical music in the next video. So I hope you liked it. I hope you understand, and it opened some doors, some interesting ways of thinking. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also donate on my website, guitar-academia.com. There's a button where you can donate. Okay, I'll leave you now. My name is Hildenbrand. Thank you for watching.